become a lake. In 1902, Dr. Lucius Morse and his wife came to this area to get some fresh mountain air. He had some respiratory issues, needed to get some high quality air, which we still have here. So they came, he fell in love with the place. He went back and got his brothers, they put together $8,000 and bought 64 acres. The 64 acres encompassed Chimney Rock Park and down to the village of Chimney Rock, the town of Chimney Rock. So what they did, if you've been into Chimney Rock and eaten at Old Rock Cafe, gotten a sandwich from them, they have pictures on the wall of that project. So it was a wooden travel lodge, wooden bridge, so it became a tourist thing. In fact, my grandparents, I'm from northeastern North Carolina. My grandparents in 1922, before there was a lake here, came here in a Model T Ford to honeymoon. And guess who came with it? Her parents, my great-grandparents. That ride takes 6 hours now. I don't know what it would have taken in a Model T Ford back then. But they honeymooned at Chimney Rock. So it was just the travel lodge and the bridge. The community of Buffalo is still here, just a river. But Dr. Morse looks around, he says, I just still think if I could put together enough money to buy the land from the people in Buffalo, which was about 130 people, I would guess 10, 12 homes based on the sizes of what families were then, and build a dam downstream and put some other things in, flood it into a lake, it would be so beautiful, it would lure people in from all around the world. His wife heard him say that and said, that's the name. So he went around and found some other investors. They put together $134,000. Remember, this lake top is 750 acres. They bought 8,000 acres. And if you open the right book to the right 2 pages, it'll show you the plans they had. The yacht club was supposed to be right here. The country club was supposed to be here. This was supposed to be residential. The polo grounds were going to be here. The landing strip back here and the golf course back there. Well, we got the golf course. So, puts that money together, buys the land from folks in Buffalo, helps to relocate them. Also, they had to relocate some grave sites. At Grumbling Bog, when you walk out of Legends, you turn left and you take that immediate left right there. You see those grave sites? They were excavated from Buffalo and put up there. So they got all that going and started work on the dam in 1925. It took until 1927 to complete the dam before it come to this full pond. But before that happened, the fella working on the project with them built the very first structure ever built around the lake. See that pontoon boat just on the other side of it? See that little boathouse with the green doors? The official name of that's the Little Green Boathouse. That was the very first structure ever built where the lake was going to be. Human nature being what it is, people told him 2 things. You know how people get sometimes. Those 2 things were, 1, you're going to get flooded. The other one was, you're going to be so far from the water you'll never enjoy it. Well, he pretty much nailed it. In fact, the grandson, so some people just bought it about 3 years ago, one of those houses that they own it. It's in real good hands. They take care of it. They keep vintage fixtures in there. The grandson came back and talked to the family that owns it now and just asked if he could walk around and recant some memories. He didn't have any electricity until 1965. He said his job growing up was to get the ice block down with the tongs and put it into the ice box. And he said he wished he was still living there. But it's built like a tank. It has 1 room in it with a day bed. There's a water closet on one side with a shower in it, toilet, and a water closet on the other side with a sink in it and a fireplace in the middle. So there it is, the Little Green Boathouse. The people that own it are looking into putting it on the historical registry. It's been photographed, painted, written about. So you have that. Now the lake comes to full pond in 1927, and Dr. Morse, the Morse Development Group, is tickled pink, right? So they're getting started. Everything's fine until 1929. What happens? stock market crashed, the Great Depression, this project went bankrupt. The company that owned the note on it, the mortgage, sent a fellow from Pennsylvania to repossess the land. So he did. Everything except Chimney Rock Park. The Morses kept ownership of that until a few years ago, and I'll tell you about that a little later. So that tells us how it became a label. And in 1929, what's going on? That mortgage company owns and operates it. And here we go. Then we're going to ride down the main channel to the town of Lake Louisville. Now there, we have good fishermen in this place for the water. So here we have smallmouth, largemouth bass. The record for bass is 13 pounds. Brown and rainbow trout, brown, yellow belly, carp, every kind of catfish you can think of. So the house on the right here, cream color with the green trim. In 1995, Southern Living Magazine did an article about the lake, and that's the house they put in the article. So ask yourself as we ride around if they did an article today what house they would choose. And your answer will be as right as mine. I have my house picked out. If you look to this side of the boat, see the grass over here? Wonder how they get it cut? It's all done with weed eaters.
Oh, I thought a goat.
Once they start filling the lake, how long does it take to fill it up?
In the original build, it took 2 years to build the dam and fill the lake up. They started on the dam in 25 and at 27. Now this 12 feet they're going to drop it. It'll take about a week and a half to 2 weeks to drop it. And they start to fill it back up. Depending on the weather, it'll take about 2 weeks to fill it back up. So right here is a good example of when you could build right at the lake's edge and even out over it. So you see these houses, they're right at the lake's edge. A couple of them have a little bit of square footage over the lake even. The green one right here is a good example when you could build, so that most of that house is actually built over the lake.
Look at that U-Haul truck.
Wow. Real estate here really popped like it did in a lot of places. When I say really popped, things were selling for 150, 200 more than folks would have thought 6 months, a year before that. But one of the first houses to ring the bell was this gray one right here. Last September it went on the market for $985, had an asking price offer in a week. Then the brown one with the green A-frame roof went on the market a week later for $1.2 1.6, had a cash offer